Thank you, Adrian, for the introduction. I just want to start off by saying I'll have this information at the end. My name is Brian Bossert with Brian Bossert Photography. I'm a commercial photographer who specializes in automotive, product, editorial, and corporate photography. My online portfolio is brianbossert.com, and my contact info is listed below. A little bit about me. I was born and raised in Scottsdale, Arizona my whole life. I have two older sisters with a family of 5. Oddly enough, my oldest sister, she went to U of A after she graduated, and my middle sister, she actually went to NAU after she graduated, and I decided to go to ASU. So yeah, best place to go. I was diagnosed with a rare genetic condition at a young age. I'll touch on that a little bit later. Let's see. Always active and hands-on, as you can see in the bottom right. I used to scooter. I really like to go to the skate park, up in the air, always hurt myself when not. Actually, when I was scootering, I was always behind a camera, videotaping my friends, trying to take photos. So I've always really had an eye for photography, and I love to travel. I love to go places. I took this shot while I was kayaking on the Salt River. And just to touch a little bit more about my genetic condition, when I was diagnosed at 11 years old, doctors told me that I had a rare condition called retinitis pigmentosa, and I would only have a limited amount of time to see, that my vision was slowly going to deteriorate, and eventually I was going to become fully blind. At first, I was so young to really let that impact me. It affected people more around me than it did myself. And I just wanted to touch, I never let it affect me. It's really helped me grow into a stronger photographer, to really get a real understanding of what a photo is and how light can create an image. And I believe it's something that pushes me to be better every single day. Let's see. Thank you. Experience. So right after I graduated from high school, I attended a program called East Valley Institute of Technology. What this program consisted of was graphic design, multimedia, a photo studio, and the first year was just really in-depth learning about everything, how to use all the programs, Adobe Creative Suite. And then the second year of the program was working with actual clients that partnered up with the program. Local clients such as United Way. Really, that's the biggest local client that worked with them, but other businesses in the Mesa area. After I graduated from EVIT, I attended ASU for graphic design. I got accepted into ASU for graphic design. And right after being accepted, I got a crazy job working for Enterprise Marketing Hub as a student photographer. As you can see, the top photo is me traveling. I love to travel. A little silhouette that my buddy took. And then here are some photos of me while I was working for ASU. Here's me in the middle of a football team on the craziest game that was ever taken. This is 2015 when ASU won the Rivalry Cup. Go Devils. And then I got to a certain point where I realized that this genetic condition that I was placed with, it had a limiting factor on what I wanted to do, and I was really unsure with where I wanted to go with my career. So at that point, I decided to put college on hold and withdraw from college and start my own business. At that point, I was really lost in the beginning of 2016, so I just started to produce hip-hop music videos and working with local artists and whatnot, producing album covers and promotional flyers for them as well. And that is when, in the end of 2016, towards the beginning of 2017, I really started to hone in on my skills. I built a demo reel, and that's when I decided to start my business as a self-employed photographer. I got a job working for Barrett-Jackson Automotive in January of 2017, and that's what's really pushed me to really just go as a commercial photographer. I've been fortunate enough to work for clients such as Barrett-Jackson, Goldwater Institute, California Closets, and Blue Water Grill Phoenix. Thank you to BNI. And then next slide here. Here's one of my favorite photos that I captured. This was in Tucson, ASU versus U of A. I'm not sure if we won this game, but still an awesome photo. And then here is automotive photography. No, I did not take this photo. This is actually one of my clients. He got to me saying, "Hey Brian, I got this car. It's having a really hard time generating some likes. Really trying to sell it. Can you take some photos of it and help me sell it for a higher price?" I said, "You know what? I can do anything with the power of light." So I told him. One photo shoot later, I sold it. He ended up selling that car for $2.2 million. So a photo can drastically change how you come off and change the perspective to your customers. Real story about this. This is actually Floyd Mayweather's Bugatti that he sold. and I was fortunate enough to do a photo shoot with. Getting into automotive, the best referral for me for automotive photography would be car collectors, exotic dealerships, luxury detail shops, exotic body shops, marketing agencies who work with car dealerships is really the best referral for me. And yeah, going on to the next slide here, product photography. So I've taken all these photos here. This one actually recently I did last week of a cookie dropping into a glass, a knife, and really just I try to go with dynamic lighting that really brings out the contrast, and my attention to detail is really what grabs the viewers. The best referral for me in product photography would be restaurants that are updating their brand. Let's see, inventors who sell their product, e-commerce websites, really anyone who's going from brick and mortar into an online presence is a great referral for me. E-commerce, clothing brand, retailers, and marketing agencies are really the top tier referrals for that area. And going on to the next area of photography that I offer is portraits. Everything from headshots to editorial portraits, group shots. The best referral for me for large offices would be office managers to title agencies, law firms, real estate offices, and insurance offices. Those are really the best referrals for me because they have multiple employees and they need to get all their headshots looking consistent and professional to update their website. Another great person referral for me to get headshots and portraits would be financial advisors, CPAs, consultants, really any single member LLCs that run the business on their own and they really care about the marketing and how they look in front of their customers. And then people with an unprofessional LinkedIn photo. Really, according to LinkedIn, you're 30% more likely to land that job or grab attention from other people with a professional headshot. People who, there's not to call anybody out, half this group has a LinkedIn headshot. Next slide. Events. Event photography is another area that I offer. If you looked on the earlier slide of me in the middle of everyone, this is actually a photo that I got while I was right there. You know, when it comes to events, I really try to capture the candid moments, something that really tells a story, something that the company is going to want to share to their viewers and really generates more engagement. I really like to use foreground elements, whatnot, just another addition to the type of photography that I like to do. Best referrals for that, event planners, office managers, event hosts, nonprofit organizations, and large corporate events. Other services that I offer, this would be luxury real estate photography in the bottom left here. It's not something I specialize in, but it's definitely something that, you know, somebody asked me, hey, you know, I can do it, I can knock it out. Weddings and family photography, this is something that I also, you know, I try to focus more on the commercial side, but if it's a nice referral, I love to create some beautiful imagery with weddings and family photography. And yeah, professional photo retouching. Like I said, when I went to East Valley Institute of Technology, they gave me a plethora of experience with graphic design, video editing, and photography. So having those three areas of knowledge really helps me know the correct adjustments that need to be made to a photo. And then creative photography, here's some of my personal stuff that I like to do. Here's a look at behind the scenes and really like how I like to set up my lighting. I like to do everything professionally. You know, I don't like to work in a clutter. And then here's the end result of that photo shoot. I took the photo, designed it, and exported it exactly from idea to creation. And then I just want to take this last minute of my presentation here to really emphasize on the importance of having a professional image to showcase your company. As we're moving into the era where everyone's going from these really old-looking photos and glamour shots into a new generation where the most trending photos are grabbing everyone's attention, you need a young photographer, you need somebody who knows about the latest trends in order to showcase your company. If you go with somebody who's a 50-year-old wedding photographer and they're going to take your product shots for you, you're probably not going to get the best results. You need somebody that knows the latest trends and knows how to stay up to date on the latest technology. And then, thank you. With 30 seconds left, Brian Bossert Photography. I bring the studio to you.